Hello, you know who I am? You're watching me, so I'm going to assume that. Let's continue, shall we? I want to know what's happening next. Don't you? Oh gosh, okay. Oh, we found out last episode that Satoru Hosonoga was a police officer. Yes, it makes sense. And it's between the military, the police, and I think the government. So let's choose you. Present. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonoga-san. Hosonoga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier? Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. For once. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Bam! Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth? Oh, the truth about Satoru Hosonoga's real identity, as proven by this evidence. His business card. Turn it around every now and then. I get a clue. Well, oh shoot. I have to present it, sir. Ugh. Use your brain, slime. Use your brain. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Doesn't have a present thing. Oh, because I have to just present it from here. Ugh. Foolish am I. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree. It shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I'll beg your pardon. Turn it around. Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Just say turn it around. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonoga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals that the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession, but that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Ooh. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well. Oh. Yup. Knew it. Inspector Hosonoga. Oh gosh. Can't see his eyes. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. That did happen. Yes, I remember now. Almost like it was 4 episodes ago. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It is my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? Yes. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary, your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at their restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. But then why... What? Incidents at the restaurant. What kind of incidents? Bear no mind. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonoga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was, in fact, another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. This guy. As I suspected. Bang. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite of the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say... Remove the English woman from the scene at once. Okay, so might not have been the police, but somebody telling him who is of the police, so it could still be the military and government. It was made clear that the English woman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this English woman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Oh. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an English woman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. I see. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right. So? 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 One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Cosma? UMay University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory is a young English woman. Oh, what? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean... When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. I cannot do that. The English woman sitting at the university's professor's table was a certain... Oh, I guess we can't say it. Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty. What? What is happening here? Ah! I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. So please told him to do it, okay? And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. I thank you. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. Oh. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Wow. But, Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government would surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I'm blaming you. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Oh. Inspector Hosonoga? Yes, sir? You will locate this Giselle, I'm gonna say that, Brett, and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. Well, as I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem? Of course it will be. Oh, nothing will get in my way. I like you, Hosonoga. I thought you were bad, but as it turns out, you're badass. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Ooh, Your Excellency. Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Yay. To be continued. But since the episode almost just barely started, I'm gonna continued. The 22nd of November, 11:38 a.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies, almost as if you've done this before. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Oh. Yes. Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Hump, hump, hump. Hump, hump, hump. Yes, you have, haven't you, you good little boy? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of. That wasn't really special. I mean, everybody saw her, it's just they lied about it. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman, thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. I hope they don't kill Hosonoga, that would suck. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I just saw the gun. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then, on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. Yes, we heard this before. Ben picked it up. Bang. I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet. And he bundled me in some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. Oh. What did I... Oh, yeah. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tours of Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I'm not a man at all. I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? Huh. So, that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma. Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection with this case. Ooh. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Oh, yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him to die. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim is a university student from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Oh yeah. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then, I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Is she Kunoichi? Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Kazuma-sama. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Defending Naruhodo. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, Aibo. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow. Before those old fossils know what hit them. Oh, this is a new song. Dig it. Kazuma. Before we go in there, I want to tell you something. What? Aishiteru. Really? What for? Well, your headband, your smile. If you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. I love this guy. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dreams of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So, this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. I bet he's gonna die, and that's gonna make Ryunosuke want to be like a better lawyer. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. Yeah, he's gonna die. With an extra large portion, of course. You don't make a joke like that and live. You don't be that casual and live. 22nd of November, 12:09 p.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Too slow. Here we go. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Auchi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Subpoena? Yes, yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when that new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Flounders? Was that flounders or founders? My brain farted. Hold on. Oh, will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Should be flounders. Maybe? Maybe I'm dumb. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. Ooh, burn, baby. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. I'm here for you. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinion, a bungled investigation, and missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped-up rookie headband boy! You and your friends know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. I read the newspaper, you know. Oh, wow. You wiped that sweat clean. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I have no idea what you're talking about. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Ugh. Oh. Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brat! Thank you, Counsel. That was inspirational. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness is taking the stand. Giselle, the visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Britt. Oh gosh, a woman's voice. How do I? Yes. Oh, Your Excellency. Oh my. Now I have to do a southern woman voice, I think, if I can. That's a nice design. I dig it. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. Tea! Someone bring English tea. In England, no discussions take place without tea. Is that true? No idea. So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court at your own leisure, milady? Of course. I am. My name is Satoru Hasonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at Lakana. Yes, we all know about you already. It's best, Sir Hosonoga, wear your manners. In English, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are one thing you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. Oh my. Oh. I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but... What? His house Picarada! Oh. Baby. Oh, okay, I guess he's gonna talk for her. The lady says your name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yume University Medical Faculty. Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of... the dulcet tones... of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song. As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. Haha, you'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Ms. Bray. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? Oh, let me think. She says... Oh, sorry. She says yes. Okay. This could take some time. So, even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? Yeah, I mean, they don't need to. Yes, yes. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately after he got murdered. Yeah, okay. Interesting, when you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the bureau. Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? No. Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say? Yes. Oh, yes. It would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused standing right there in this courtroom shot the victim in cold blood. Oh, it's a liar. It's a liar. Look at that swan tail. It's cool. Order in the court. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? We got him. Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Well, looks like it's clear now. They're all lying. They're all in it together. Clear who our real enemy is. It's her. Totally. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Okay. Oh no. The witness testimony. A frightening and sorrowful sight. But we will see such sights next time because I'm tired and I'm old. So here we go. Goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.